Kilmar, if you can hear me, stay strong. God hasn't forgotten about you. Our children are asking, when would you come home? And I pray for the day I tell them the time and date that you'll return.
So, Garcia, mistakenly deported, sent to an El Salvador prison. We're paying El Salvador like 20-something grand per deportee per year to hold the people that we deport. The Trump administration believes he is a human trafficking MS-13 gang member who should not be in this country. The Supreme Court says the problem is he's here legally. You got to follow it. Trump hasn't. Now, I want to talk to a member of the legal team, Benjamin Osorio, who is representing the rights of Mr. Garcia. Counsel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
One, do you know where he is? Have you spoken to him?
So we've not spoken with him, but we've been notified through the court filings by the government that he's still being held at CCOT, the sort of notorious Salvadorian prison that's been in the news recently.
So what's your best sense of when you're able to get in contact with him and do a wellness check?
We tried to have a wellness check done last week by a human rights group, sort of international aid agency, and they were not. We had anticipated they were going to be allowed to see him last Wednesday, Thursday. That did not happen. So we're still trying to facilitate that. My understanding is that there is a congressional delegation looking at going down. And so hopefully we've been in contact with several congressmen and senators that they might be able to see him or do a wellness check as well.
You have to do the job, zealous representation of his rights. The problem here is this is the guy that American people don't want in the country. They believe this is a gangbanger. We just heard the White House press secretary say he's a human trafficker. He's not supposed to be here. He doesn't deserve the benefit of the law. This is one of those ones where you should bend it a little bit to get him out. What do you say?
I would say my understanding is that we were going after hardened criminals. So just by you saying somebody's a hardened criminal doesn't necessarily make them so. This is an individual who's married to a U.S. citizen, who has 3 U.S. citizen kids, who has no criminal record, who's a union member, and who pays taxes. I thought those were the kind of people that we said that we weren't going after when we were targeting deportees.
Do you believe, or do you have reason to believe, that he is gang affiliated? That's why he was afraid of gangs back in El Salvador, and that he does have an affiliation?
We've seen no evidence to date. I did not represent him, or I should say our team did not represent him in the original proceedings in 2019. I have seen those documents. There's nothing in there that makes me believe that he is an MS-13 gang member. An IJ looked at this, an immigration judge looked at this in 2019, found nothing that believed he was a gang member, because that would have barred him from that form of relief if he was a member of a gang. So I've seen nothing. An immigration judge looked at it, seen nothing. The district court has looked at it and seen nothing. The Fourth Circuit has criticized the government because they put up nothing. So this is, to me, this is one of those examples where if the law's on your side, bang the law. If the facts are on your side, bang the law. And if you've got neither, and that's what they're doing, you bang loudly on the table. And so there's a lot of banging. I haven't seen a lot of proof in court. And it's very easy to say this stuff when you're not under oath at a press conference, but do it in court. Do it when you have a duty of candor to the court. Do it when you're at a risk of perjury. That's when I'll believe it.
Fair point. Do you think you get him back?
I think we get him back at some point. I think it's in the government's interest to avoid a constitutional crisis. I think it's in El Salvador's interest to avoid this. I think they don't like the publicity on this right now. I think that's why it's hot. I think that's why they're trying to bury it. I think that's why you saw in district court today, they're trying to stall, you know, talking about appealing the judge's order. And she's like, there's nothing to appeal. But I do think you will see them make that move. But I am hopeful that the government will comply with the Supreme Court's order. That's why I'm optimistic that we get him back, because if they've not complied with the Supreme Court's order to facilitate his return, where have we landed?
Counsel, you got an open line here to tell me what happens and what is right and what is not right. You will get a platform here to make the case, and that case will be tested. Benjamin Osorio, good luck going forward.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
Be well. You know, that's a little spooky. You got to be honest. El Salvador prison, not a good place to be, especially if legally you're not supposed to be there. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.